And I'm just trying to make sure I can see the comments. Nothing coming through yet, but I hope you guys can hear me. All right. Hi, Sue. How are you doing? Let me know if you can hear me. Yes, audio is good. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So I'm so excited to be here today and to create with the set. This is the new Persian charm set by Gina K. I have the stamp and dies. And I'm going to show you guys some cards in just a second here, and I will let you guys pick which one I should make. And then I will make 2 other cards to surprise you. Just, I will not show those ahead of time, but I will. Okay, I'm ready to show you the cards that I created. So you can kind of pick as we're waiting. Something's going on with my internet here. Okay, I hope that I don't know why my thing is shaking, but I apologize for that. Okay, so anyways, these are the cards that I created for the release, and I will show you in more detail how the cards look, and then you can tell me which one you'd like to see, how I made it. So I guess I will wait a couple of more minutes, maybe a couple of more people will join us. But say hello if you're here. Let me know if you're here for the first time or if you've joined me on the live before. And also, if you could please hit the like button and subscribe, I'd love to have you here. So I would appreciate that. Okay, so while we're waiting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp out these sentiments. There is 6 great sentiments in here, and the dies are great for this. Because the dies actually separate the words. And you wouldn't be able to know that really unless you look in detail at the dies. So let me just stamp these out. And I'm going to use scraps for this, and then we can vote on which card to create today. So I just have a scrap piece of paper in here that I like to use for my sentiment sometimes. And then we'll just die cut these, and then we'll have all of our sentiments for today. I will go ahead and this won't fit right there. So let's do that. And then we'll use this one over here. I have a sticky mat in here in my Misti, and so it holds my paper. So hopefully it's not going to move on me, and we'll be able to stamp these out using the scraps that I have. If you know anything about my channel, you know that I like to use leftover pieces. I save my paper like it's gold. But paper has gotten a lot more expensive these days, so alrighty. Okay. Let's see. This is kind of what I do when I create videos too, so. Alright, I don't know, I just didn't pick up. Alright. I don't know what's going on with my Misti door. Not picking up my sentiments here. No, okay. Alright. So welcome if you're new here. Hi, Mary Beth. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And if you could just tell us a little bit about you. Okay. And all right. Okay, so now we're ready to stamp. I love the font of this in the set. It's just very unique. It's kind of gothic, and from, you know, the set is it's from the Baroque times, or I call those frames Baroque frames. Hi Jane, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Oh, great. You guys are coming from the Gina K group. That's wonderful. Thank you for joining. I'm excited that you guys are here. And hopefully this will give you guys some inspiration what to create with this set if you do decide to get it. I do have it linked in the description of the video, and if you do decide to purchase it, I'd appreciate if you guys use my affiliate link. And you know, that's if you guys didn't shop already last night, because I know a lot of people did. She had a wonderful release yesterday, so a lot of great things. Okay, so I use mint tape. I have the thin and the thicker one for my die cutting because it doesn't tear my paper, especially when I use Gina K cardstock, colored cardstock. I find that a lot of the tapes try to tear it, and then I have to die cut it several times, and that makes me not happy. So, all right, let me try to do this again here. And why I die cut these? Well, so you see, like this die, it cuts out 2 words, which is great. And you'll see that on my cards too. Okay, we'll just stick this here. This is the bonjour. And this will have all of our sentiments done already. All right, more people coming in. Welcome, and hi Melanie. Let me know, say hello so I can greet you, and let me know if this is your first time here. I would love it if you guys subscribed too. Obviously only if you enjoy my content. And I would love it if you press like on the video as well, so that YouTube gets it out there. All right, so we're almost done with this. All the I love yous here. Okay. I will go ahead and pick this one up. All right. And while I'm die cutting, I'll show you guys the cards I made. I only showed some yesterday, and then I have 2 more for today. So hopefully we'll create 3 cards. All right. This is moving on me a little bit. I guess I'm brave using scraps and alive, but all right. Oh, this one fell off, so. Okay. I'm coming off screen. So it's moving on me. Okay. Alrighty. I'll die cut this real fast, and then we'll move on to these parts. Okay, I'm going to show this to you real quick. So this is the I love you, to see it in detail, and you see it cuts holes in between, so that's kind of cool. Then here's the congratulations. Love this font, right? It's a great font. And then here's the happy anniversary. And as you can see, it cuts it in 2 words, so you can stack it or put it next to each other, which is great. I love that. And then here's the bonjour. And then here's happy birthday. Same thing as with the anniversary one. It cuts it into 2 different die cuts. Okay. And then C'est la vie. Really cool font. Hi, Kim. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you will definitely see me make cards and with this set. And I will show you cards that I've created yesterday as well. So hopefully you'll have plenty of inspiration. All right, so, okay, let's see here. All right, so here are the cards I created. I'll let you guys pick one that you want me to repeat today if you want to see how to make it. And then I have 2 more cards that I will create. So this is card number 1. This is the frame with the Madame in it. Then I created this one. This has embossing powder on it and mirror stamping. So I mirror stamped this image. And then here's a happy anniversary card. And this one, it's actually, oh, I had the thing in here. So this one actually opens up like this. It has the 2 people inside of it. And then the happy anniversary is floating. It kind of, the pictures don't truly give it justice because it's difficult to photograph something like this. But so this would be card number 3. Then I created this one. I used Gina's master layout set for this one. And then this one's kind of a, well, it's kind of like a joke. It's not really a joke, but it's like, it's sad if somebody's, maybe getting divorced, separated, and there's people that celebrate that type of thing. So, if you know anybody like that, you could make a card like this. I just had this idea of using, since it was a man and a woman, and c'est la vie means that's life, right? So so I realize it's very unconventional, so I hope I'm not offending anybody. But so anyways, so these are the 5 cards. So please let me know which of these you would like for me to recreate today on the live. And then we'll get started. And then I have 2 more cards that I will be creating that I'm not going to show you till the end. So, okay, so you'd like the birthday card, this one. Okay. Anybody else? Kim wanted, I'm sorry, that was Jane. Jane wanted the birthday card. And obviously you could change the sentiments on the cards as well. I apologize, I'm a little bit out of frame here. So, okay. Kim, birthday's good. You can show us the reverse stamping. Yes. Okay, perfect. We'll do the birthday. Okay. So, and I'm sure everybody has the stamp set since this is an older set. All right. So I will go ahead and get started on, we'll start with the background. So I will, to save time today too, I will create several backgrounds at the same time. So if you see me stamp things 3 times, you know why. Okay, so I have an A2 panel here. I use Nina Classic Crest cardstock. And I'm going to be using 2 different colors. I'm going to be using the Simon Says Stamp Fog ink, which Gina K has a great gray ink too, but I only have the ink cube, and it would take me much longer to stamp the stamp. And by the way, this stamp is great to align if you need to stamp it several times. It's very easy to do, and I will show you that in just a second. So I'm just going to lay it here like that. And we'll also use a darker gray in just a second to stamp this background again. Okay. I'm going to stamp it twice since this is such a light ink. So if you have the barely there or barely gray, I don't remember what it's called exactly, the Gina has, you could use that as well. I am going to change this on my, and then I'm going to stamp this twice so I can use this for my other two cards. Okay. I'm going to take my Chucky tool. This is going to go faster that way. So let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know what you purchased yesterday. I would love to know. Gina sold out of a lot of stuff really quickly, but she'll get it back in stock. Okay, so I took the stamp off and I'm going to align it right here. I'm not even cleaning it. I'm going to tilt this real quick so you can kind of see where it ends and where your stamp starts again. So just aligning it like this will be good enough. And you'll see it'll come out great. And I'm offsetting it because I don't want to make it look like it's one big background stamp. So so that's why I'm doing it this way. You see, it's kind of perfect, right? So, and I mean, it's in most of the cards that's going to be covered anyway, but let me make sure this is about the same. Yep. Hello, Jeannie. You didn't miss much, Jeannie, so don't worry about it. Welcome. And thank you for joining us. If you guys could please press the like button on the video too, I'd appreciate it. Okay. All right. So now we have two of these stamped. So then I just take it and I kind of just align it sideways. That's a little bit harder for me to do with being able to. Okay. So you can see that I'm kind of aligning it right where the writing ends. So that should work. And worst case, you can always just stamp it again. So it's not a big deal. And that's why I'm kind of stamping it sideways, because I want it to look a little bit like mixed media. Okay, so here this is how it looks. Seems good to me. I'll take this one. So did you guys do any shopping yesterday or no, not really? Let me know. Okay. All right. Stamping it twice. All right. Okay, so as I said, this is fairly simple to align, and I love this stamp. It's a great script. Okay. All right. This is great. This one's done. We'll need these for later. Yes. All right. Okay, that was your okay. Well, that's great. It's great that you found the video. Okay. All right. So, um, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a different ink real quick. I need another light ink, so I'm going to use Hoodie by Catherine Pooler. As I said, Gina has some too, but I just have the ink tubes. So I would just use Gina's second lightest gray, and then we'll just do the same thing here. Actually, I think the way I did it was here. So we'll just switch it up a little bit. Okay, like this. But just, light gray ink. You don't want to go too dark here. You don't want to use black or too dark of a gray, because it's going to take away from your designs. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, staying up that late, and that's not for everybody. So, but you can always shop the next day if you do want to get something. So, I don't always get to watch the release either. I did last night, but I don't always have the ability to do that in the evening either. Okay, so I'm going to align this, and this is going to get a little bit lighter as it dries. And okay, and because this ink is darker, we only need to stamp it once, which is great. Okay, but you do need to clean it since it's so dark. Yes, exactly, Jean. You can always watch the replays. She's such a joy to watch, so I love Gina. She's great. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have our background. So you can tell it doesn't have to be perfect. It's supposed to look kind of distressed. That's a great thing. And now we'll move on to our frames. So I'm going to stamp this frame several times, twice actually, so that we can use it for my other card too. And so, actually, let's use the same Misti. I don't know what I'm doing. So, all right. And so here you want to make sure that you use your it's right here, your embossing powder. Well, Gina calls it the dust bag, but just to make sure that the oil from your fingers doesn't stick to the cardstock. Let's see, here's my Versamark. I have everything out of place because I was getting ready for this live. Okay, and so what we'll be using on this one, let me see. I didn't use silver. I used Liquid Platinum by Ranger for this one because it's a little bit darker than silver, but that's okay. You can use silver. I think it's going to look just as great, or gold. Gold is always beautiful too. So we'll just Okay. All right. I have my little brush here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do this again, but this time I just put this aside. This way I don't have to turn my heating tool on twice. Let me get this again here. 2-panel. Let's add some dust. Yeah, this set is so different from anything that I've seen. Really. So I think you can get a little bit of different card, like you can get a different style card out of it, which is great. There's a lot of people that do like the cameo style, and then the Baroque frames are just beautiful. So, okay. I haven't used the square one, but I have some stamped out because I was debating on using it, so I could show that to you guys too. And then we could decide if we want to change up one of these cards. Okay. So this is just gold. I still have the very first gold I purchased when I started crafting. So it's from Ranger. They're all great embossing powders. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and heat set this. Hello, honey. Welcome. And so I apologize if it gets loud for a second here. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut this one and this one real fast, and then add some tape on here that I can use. All right. Okay. Let's cut this real quick. Yes, this is a beautiful frame. It's a very, very pretty frame. And you could, like I said in this one, like you could put any type of flower around it. So you don't have to use the flower that I used. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have our two frames. Just want to show this real quick. And now let's get to our flowers. Okay. So I am using this Delicate Flowers stamp and die set. Here's my flower I'm going to use. And you could use any large stamp for this, okay? I am using this Whimsy Stamps mirror image stamp, which is a rubber stamp. But you could use, if you wanted to, let's say, take this stamp, you could use the back, the flat side of this stamp to do the same technique, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. You don't have to go out and buy this, all right? And then I will get my another Misti real quick. One that doesn't have the frame in it. Okay. And the reason I'm getting another one is because the other one had my sticky mat in it. And this is a thick stamp, so I need to take the pad out of this. So, okay. So then I'm going to use a little trick. We're going to see if this is going to work. I am taking the back of my acetate of my stamp, the back of my stamp, which is the acetate, obviously. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm taking the back of it and I'm placing it in my Misti. And I'm going to put my flower on it. Okay. Just here in the corner. And there's a reason I'm doing this. So I'm taking my red stamp and making sure that that's covered. Okay. All right. So let me get another panel here. And I'm going to use Copics today. So I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink. You can use the Gina K Amalgam ink. It's a great ink for that as well. So what I'm going to do is we're doing the mirror image, right? So we're doing this side right now. I should have probably just started with the other one, but the other one is super easy to stamp. So we're going to do that later. Okay, so I'm just going to ink this one up. All right. And I'm making sure that my acetate is in my corner here. Okay. Then I'm going to take this and kiss it, like Gina likes to do the kissing technique. Okay. So then the impression is on this side. I'm going to remove this, and I'm just going to put my white cardstock right there. And then press it down. Okay. So why did I have you do that? Is because you can see the image on this. It's not great. So we want to be able to repeat this. So again, we're going to put this into the corner. We're going to ink it up. Okay. And then kiss it again. Pick it up. Take this out. Put my cardstock in. And press it down. And hopefully it's going to be in the same spot. And it is. Okay. So I'm going to do it one more time. You kind of need to do it more often since this is a mirror image and reverse stamping and you're not directly going to paper. It's kind of like a second impression, right? Second stamp impression. So, all right. Okay, my acetate is in the corner. Oh, I don't need to do that on this. Okay. Yes, and I'll show you how to die cut it too. So, as I said, this is a great technique to be aware of. Okay, it's coming together. It's kind of getting some type of, must have fuzzies on this or something, but that's okay. I'm going to do it one more time. All right, kiss it again. And the red stamp is from, hold on, let me stamp it and then I'll show you again. Okay. All right. So you see how much better this looks? This looks great. Okay, so the red stamp is from, I have the packaging here somewhere, Whimsy Stamps. But Kelly, you don't have to go and buy this red. You don't have to. You can just use it. You can use the back of any large stamp. So this is obviously too small, but you could use just an acrylic background stamp and use the same technique. You just want to make sure that you're using the flat side of the stamp. So then you would basically adhere it like this so that the flat side is here, and then you would use that to kiss to your stamp. Okay, so you can go ahead and buy it's called a mirror image stamp, but you don't have to. Okay, you can just use what you have in your craft room to try this technique. And you could try it with an acrylic stamp, and if you don't like the way it looks, then you could purchase it. But okay, yes, absolutely. You're so welcome. Okay, I think Jean was asking me what die cutting machine I'm using. I'm using the Anna Griffin Empress. I have it linked in my videos. I don't know if I have. I think I have it linked in this live as well, but I may not have. I would have to check because I know I linked a couple of things. I love it. It's a great die cutting machine. Okay, so now I'm going to use this, and I'm going to just stamp the stamp also. Right here, so that I have two of these, since that's what we need. All right. Water got on here. Let me just get another one. Another piece of paper. It's gonna dry, but that's okay. All right. Hi, Lizetta. Oh, you guys are so welcome. Yeah, it's a pricey, it's an expensive investment, but it's great. I love it. It's worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this twice. And again, if you guys could please hit the like button and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And that will help me out. All right. Okay. So now I'm just going to do some really quick Copic coloring, and then we will, I'll show you guys how to die cut this. So I'm using YG17, YG03, and YG01. I don't need this one. And then for the pinks, I'm going to use RV04, RV00, and RV06. All right, I'm just going to do some really quick coloring. Luckily, this is not a flower that takes a long time, so all right. I'm just starting out by adding the darkest green kind of in the corners. And then I'm adding the medium in the middle. And this isn't necessarily the proper way to Copic color, but it does the job. So if I was giving you guys tips on how to Copic color, I would tell you to just color the full leaf with the lightest color first, as that makes the blending easier. So do as I say, don't do as I do. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. And Thank you for liking the video and subscribing. I love that. Thank you. All right, so our greens are almost done. I go live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. and I post videos on Tuesdays and on Fridays. The Friday videos are usually just a quick technique. All right, so here again, I'm going to start with the darkest. As I said, it's not, I don't recommend starting with the darkest color usually, but, and you'll see me go back in with the darkest later again because that adds to the contrast. So since I'm doing it this way today, just to speed up the coloring. All right, I'm going to do the lightest now. These flowers are so quick to color. I love them. They're very delicate, so they're great. I love the stamp set. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. Leave me a comment and let me know if you're learning anything, because I always try to share tips and tricks if I can, to help everybody make their crafting a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm using flicking motions to make it look more natural, so that it looks. So I'm just trying to do it with the tip of the brush tip. Okay. All right. So now we'll just blend it out with the lightest one. Just blend it out a little bit. And all right, and now I'm just going to use the darkest one again a little bit, just to add some contrast. All right. All right. And I think my coloring is done. Okay, super quick. All right, so now let me find the dies. Yeah, I have my dies right here. We'll die cut the easy one first. So we'll just, all right. Okay, so, all right. And you need a great thing about this die cutting machine is too that you don't necessarily have to use tape if you put your plate on there carefully. The magnet holds it pretty securely. Okay, so, all right. So then we're going to die cut this one. So since this is a mirror image, the die obviously doesn't fit. So what you have to do is you have to turn it, and then you're just going to die cut it from the back. So what you want to do is, you can kind of see here where I outline is because I Copic colored it. But to be sure, what you want to do first, you want to make sure you have some tape. Let me put my ink pad away here. I'll put my sleeve into it. But anyway, I'm going to grab some tape. okay? And then I'm gonna hold it towards the light so that I can align it properly. So I wish I could show you a little bit, but I don't have actually I have an iPad here. Maybe that will help. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn the light on to show you guys. Give me just a second. I don't see that there's a way to turn the flashlight on the iPad. That's unfortunate because I was going to show you, but so essentially if you just have the light, well, this is not really helping, but because it would have to be brighter. Let me see. Yeah, it's on full brightness. So, but you could do it on, as I said, if you had your phone, you could turn the flashlight on and then you could align it 100%. So today what I'm doing is I'm holding it to the window where the light is coming from, and I am making sure my thing is aligned properly, and everything is, I think, except the stem on the bottom, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about the stem. Okay, so I'm sorry I can't really show you that, but I don't know, maybe you can see it a little bit better here. The outline is, you just kind of want to look to the window or use something bright underneath, like your phone. Take my word for it, and you'll see it will work. Yes, like a light box, exactly. I know not everybody has one, that's why I'm saying the phone, but okay. So we'll die cut this. Yes, so like Sue said, the magnetic plates are included in the Anna Griffin. Okay, so you just turn it around, and this is how the flower looks. It's great. Now, what you could do is, I take my fingernails and I just kind of rub the edges so they smooth out. But you could also use your bone folder, and honestly, nobody can tell that it's been cut from the reverse side, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. Okay. All right, let's assemble our card. Let me get a card base. I'll just adhere this. So this is the lighter background, and this is the darker one, just to show you. Okay, this is a little bit darker gray, but they kind of smooth out a little bit. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Now for the frame, I'm going to use some foam adhesive. I'm always heavy on using foam because I don't like anything falling apart in the mail or getting squished in the mail. So you'll see that I'm putting a lot of foam on here, and I mail all my cards. So, all right. Okay. So we'll just take this, take these off. Okay. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of glue so that I can move it around. Okay. And I can get it straight. Yep, I think this is good. So then the way I have the flower, I let it fall off the frame a little bit. So I'm gonna add foam here and here. And I think up here is what I added foam as well. So, and then everywhere else, I'm just gonna add glue. Okay. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So I'm gonna add foam here and here and up here. And maybe where the leaves are too, but this way I'm not. Okay. Okay, let me try adding one on this side right here too. See if this will work. Yes, it's perfect. Okay, so this is how I had it. Let me get my foam off. You use a lot of foam too, just not as much as me. Yes, I'm very, yeah, that's totally me. You'll see that in all my videos. I use a lot of foam, so nothing falls apart. Okay, so I'm just kind of going to, as I said, let it fall off the frame a little bit here. I think these flowers are perfect for this frame because they kind of have the same shape. Yeah. All right. So then I'm gonna add glue to the other side so that it adheres to my frame. And this is, yep, this is how it looks. Okay, let's now find my happy birthday. There's my happy birthday. We're going to add some foam to that as well. And then we'll have that card done. Let me do this sideways. It's easier for me. We can add some gems too. I didn't even add gems yesterday, but do that towards the end. All right. So, all right. Getting this foam off. Just gonna pull it right there. All right. Okay. And then gonna add this right here. Birthday. I'll make sure it's straight. Yep. And then right there. Add it a little bit closer together. There you go. And our card is done. Super easy. Easy peasy. Okay, moving on to our next card. So on this card, I am going to, let me just, give me just a second. I'm gonna need some glitter cardstock. This is also super easy. So what I will use on this one is you just need an oval die. So I am going to use this one from Master Layouts 1 since I know a lot of us have it. Let me get my plates. And then I'm going to put this right here. Let me clean up here a little bit. So, okay, we already have our background. We will also need this, the lady, just her die. I'm going to die cut her from glitter cardstock, and we already have our golden frame. We need a oval. So we're just going to die cut that. Let me cut this real quick. All right. And I think that's all we'll need for it. Okay, I will actually die cut her a couple of more times, just because I want to have dimension for her. And I should have done that off screen earlier, so just hang with me. And thank you. I'm glad you guys love the card. Okay. I'll die cut a couple more times. I usually do it 3-4 times. One more time and we'll be done. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be card number 2 today. And I'm going to put my oval die here aside, just so it doesn't get lost. Okay, we'll assemble our little lady. So all we do is just we'll glue her together. Super easy to do because she's very simple. It's a very simple die cut. Okay. And then, okay, all right. All right, so we'll have her out of glitter cardstock. All right. I know it has a black dot in it. I love that. There we go, it comes off. Okay, great. So I don't know if you guys can tell, she's really shiny. It may be hard to see in the camera. So anyway, we'll take our oval and a sticky mat. And then I have my Gina K ink blending brushes. I'm going to close up my glue for a second. And then I am going to use dark lilac and medium lilac, and let's use medium orchid. So my pink, and then ink blending brush and my purple. And I'm gonna start with the medium. Yes, I am. I'm cutting. I'm sorry. I should have been more specific. I just cut them out of white cardstock, and only the top, and actually heavy cardstock, so that I wouldn't have to layer it so many times. Because look how thick it is now. And then only the top layer is out of glitter cardstock, and it's white glitter cardstock. You could do a gold too, and I'm sure that would be beautiful. I just decided to do white today. Okay, so I'm just ink blending this oval. I'm putting the medium lilac, into just the middle. And I don't really care much about how I ink blend it. I just want to get the color on here. As you know, or you guys may know, Gina's ink smooth out, and I'm not too worried about the edges. So, okay. I just basically want one side to be really dark, and then just kind of blend into the pink. And as you've noticed, I used scrap paper to die cut the other pieces to layer. I never use really anything but just scraps for that type of thing usually. Okay, so here I'm using the medium orchid, And I am starting to add the pink, and I'm going to take it in, like take it further in so that kind of blends, takes over the purple a little bit. Okay, because these two colors ink blended are just so beautiful. Okay, all right, let me know what you guys think about this, if you guys like this color combination. Okay, all right, so really quick ink blending. And while this dries, we're going to do some fussy cutting. So as you noticed, this frame doesn't cut out the middle. Okay, so what I do is I just cut into the frame here. Okay, and I'm gonna cut out the middle. I'm gonna show you an easy way to do it. So just get your scissors in there and then just cut an X. Okay, that's kind of a little bit difficult, but you want to be careful here. Just want to cut an X in here. All right, and then cut the larger sides out. Just kind of, you don't really want to have, you just want to have kind of like a rough edge. Okay, like this. So when you have a rough edge like this, it's much easier to cut along the edge. So now I'm taking my scissors and I'm carefully going to cut along the edge. I rather cut into the gold a little bit. I don't really want a white edge, so you want to cut into the gold a little bit if you have to, but you don't want a white edge. You just want it to automatically start at the gold. Okay. And you know, if you do this, this totally changes this piece. You can do a lot more with it if you do it like this. And I can kind of show you that from my cards yesterday. All right. Okay. All right. So looks great. All right. So, what I was saying is with my cards yesterday. Where did I put my cards? They're buried somewhere here, probably. I have no idea what I did with them. I put them aside. And now it's crafter math in my craft room, so I can't find anything. Ah, they're right here. Okay, so here's a card where I did this. So you can see that the inside is cut out on this card, right? And it shows you the writing. So that's how you get that look, is by cutting into the frame like that. Okay. And if you don't do that, then you kind of just obviously have a white inside. So what we're going to do, let me just fix this a little bit here. Okay, like this. All right, we're going to do this. And don't you love that with the grading inside? So that's what we're going to do. Just going to put glue on the outside right here. Okay, I'm glad you guys like the ink blending. Yeah, it's it kind of becomes a mess after a while if you don't, like if you're just working. So okay, so now we have our, so I understand, Callie, I feel the same way. So now we have our frame and our lady's gonna go inside of it. Okay, and look, that's a totally different look than this, right? I mean, I like this too, even though it has all the dark. I usually don't like dark cards like this, but I do really like it here. And this is just a totally different look, even though you're using the same elements. So we're going to put more foam on here. And okay, all right. And then we'll get started on our third card. Which is going to be a little bit of a step up, but we're going to use the same colors. All righty. So again, this. Okay. And add this. See, scrap piece of paper. And glue her into the middle. We're going to add congratulations on this card. For this, I'm going to use some foam tape again. All right. Okay. And all right. And now we can just adhere this to our card. And we'll add gems later, but oh, dropping it. Thank God it's heat embossed. All right. Oh. And there's our card. All right. What do you guys think about this one? Very different, right? It's just more colorful, and so it gives a totally different vibe. It's very queen-like. Looks like Disney to you. Okay. I love that. Yes. So we'll move on to the next card. We'll come back and add gems later. So, okay, for the last card, we're going to use, if I can find it here on my desk, Masking Magic. We're going to use Master Layouts 11. Let's see here. How are we doing time-wise? Okay, 1 hour into it, yep. Okay, so we'll pull out these two dies. I'm going to put my oval up real quick so I don't lose it. And we'll use this die to cut out of the Masking Magic. All right. Where are my plates? Hidden somewhere over here. Okay. So yes, it was super easy to blend. Those, Jane, those are Gina K inks for you. They just blend so smoothly. They're fabulous for ink blending. It just looks like airbrushed almost. So, I really highly recommend her inks. I only have the ink cubes, but she has great inks. And we'll just cut this. Okay, so we have our master layouts, gosh, masking magic right here. And then we'll die cut this. We'll cut it into the white panel. Into just, as I said, I use Nina Classic Crest cardstock. You just want the paper that's smooth, that blends easily, that you can blend on easily. Okay, so you'll get this piece right there. And you can put these guys away. And I'm gonna poke up I'm going to get my dots out because I don't want them to stick to my masking magic. Because I'll have to put it back on, and I'll show you guys the process in just a second, but I don't want those dots in there. So I definitely recommend that you guys do this. All right. All right. And if you're, if you haven't watched from the beginning, then you may want to go back to the beginning just to see how we did the background, because I stamped all 3 backgrounds in the very beginning. So you can catch that on replay. All right, I'm using my sticky mat again. I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to take my masking magic off. Oh, hold on. So only on one side. Okay. All right. And now I'm trying to align it in the middle. And you can kind of see because you poked out the dots, you can kind of see if you have it straight or not. I don't feel like I have it totally straight. So at least I don't feel like I have it. I need to do it sideways. I'm sorry. Just kind of want it to align really well. Okay. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to take the other piece off. And the masking magic is easy to take off and put back on, so don't worry if, if it takes you a little bit to align it. Okay, not working. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm trying to look at my dots. I need to ask Gina, say, Gina, create a stencil. I don't think she has a stencil for this, so. But I don't know if a stencil would be that much more helpful. Okay, so I think we have it straight now. And you could do each side too separately. All right. So you want to just make sure that it's sticky everywhere so that you have a nice edge. Okay. All right. And really you're only going to need 3 panels. So if you have one side that didn't come out great, don't worry about it. Okay, so here I'm actually going to need Post-its I can find mine. What did I do with mine? Okay. Let's see. We're just going to use hot pink Post-its because these are the ones I can find right now. All right. So I'm just going to mask it off right here. And you don't necessarily really have to do this, but actually, you know what? I'm just going to do it differently than what I did before. We'll just blend across the panel. That's okay too. All right, so we'll start with like a light orchid. And I'm just gonna start in the corner. And just go out a little bit. Okay. All right. We'll move on to medium orchid. The reason I was doing it differently is because I had a different card planned initially, and then I changed my card up. So we really don't need the Post-its now. Okay, now we'll move to medium lilac. And these are all the same size, so it's very symmetrical. Let me know if you guys are crafting or if you're just watching. Would love to know. Okay, and then on the outside, we'll just do dark lilac. So now I'm going in with a heavier hand. All right. I love this purple, but I love purple period, so this is just a great color combination for me. Okay, and then we'll add more orchid. And just the grading between the purple and the pink, I love that too, so. Okay, so Kelly and Sue are both crafting. That's great. I love that. I love when other crafters are joining lives and crafting. That's the whole purpose, right? So, and to give you guys ideas. All right. If you're new here, I see we have 30 people. If you're new here, say hello. Would love to say hello. And then I would love it if you would subscribe. So, okay. All right. So we're done ink blending. Doesn't look like much right now. What I'm going to do is, I will go ahead and dry this with a heat gun. I'm not going to dry it initially, but I don't really have time for it to. I'm just going to take this off real quick so you can see how it looks. Isn't that cool? All right, I'm going to put this aside, and you can reuse this. Okay. Okay. All right. So we want to make sure that this is dry. So then we're going to take a Misti. Let me find one here that let's use the small one. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside. You can put this on the back of your packaging if you want. We're gonna use it in a couple of minutes again, but you can reuse this for other inks too. Okay, I'm going to put it here in the middle. And actually, let me go ahead and put it on right now. I'm just going to try to match it up as good as we can again. Doesn't need to be exact. Really, you just want the middle to be covering up all of the white. So, okay. All right. Not too worried about the sides here, but okay. So then, where's my powder tool? Here, my powder. Okay. All right. And then we're going to I'm going to use the VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink. And if I can find my stamp set. Okay, there's my stamp set. All right. Now we're actually going to use these two individuals here. These two silhouettes. Okay. And as I said, it doesn't really matter the order that you put them in or where you put them. So I think I may want to use this one down here for her. Okay. And you want to lay her overlapping the edge here on the bottom, okay? And him, I would say I will do this one up here. All right. So, okay. Now we're going to ink them up. Okay. And we're going to use our Chucky tool. And we will need our clear. We need the clear embossing powder for this. So we're going to need clear embossing powder, and I'm going to probably stamp it again. I mean, they came out pretty good, but I'll do it one more time. And you could also stamp them with a Versamark ink and make them in white. Okay, so just wanted to give you that option also, and I think that would look really good too. Now I'm going to take the mask off, and we're going to put clear embossing powder on them. Okay. And then we're going to heat emboss them. Okay. Don't they look great? All right. Okay, now we're going to do another small technique here. Let me get this Misti. I want to let them dry real quick. Okay. Want to get all the dust off. I have a, actually I have a fiber cloth right there. Okay. All right, and we're going to put this in the middle. I'll take our flour off, and we're gonna need this again. This mask of ours. Just going to kind of align it one more time. All right. Again, doesn't have to be exact, but you do want it to. Okay. Want to get it as close as you can. All right. Okay. And then we're going to take the script. Okay. And we're going to stamp it on top of him. Okay. No, I don't want you to move. Okay. I'm gonna have to. All right. So, since we can't really align it just on him, I think what I'm gonna do is, this is where we're gonna need sticky notes. So the mask and then sticky notes. Okay. Because technically you don't have to put the mask back on, you could just use sticky notes, but I'm trying to, since I have the mask, I might as well. And then right here, and one more right there. Okay, and then we will use white ink. I'm using the Hero Arts pigment ink. Oh, let me actually make sure that this is aligned. Yep, it's aligned on him. So we'll just use white ink. All right. Okay, do it again. This is embossed resist, since we heat embossed him. All right. All right, let's do one more. 3 times. Mr. Charm. Hi, Rebecca. How are you doing? Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, so we have him. We're going to go ahead and, well, we don't need to put it here, but we're going to, okay, just, I'm actually going to do her next. So, should have just left it like this. I don't know why I wasn't. My mask is moving on me, and as I said, it's not a big deal because it's white, but kind of want to get it as close as you can. Okay, so I'm just going to align the stamp over her and do the same thing. One more time. Okay. All right. I only needed on that. And we're done. I'm not really worried about that one. So, okay. So now we need to get, we'll actually put this aside. And we'll let this dry a little bit. Let's use the heat gun again. Just be careful. You don't want to melt your embossing powder again. Actually, let me clean it first, because that would be a disaster. So I'm going to use some water and a cloth And I'm just going to spray it kind of on my finger, and I'm just kind of going to rub them, but carefully, since I don't want to get it on the paper. Just on the emboss resist, okay? And then I'm going to use a dry part. Okay. One part again. All right. Oh. Okay. So the same thing with him. Just get him cleaned off. Okay. Okay. All right. So you just want to make sure you rub it over the heat embossed images. So now I'm going to go ahead and dry it. Okay, and this is very subtle. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's a very subtle scripture kind of behind them. So that's what I wanted. So you just, there's not a, so if you didn't want to do that part, you don't have to. I just kind of wanted to show it to you in case you decide to use it. I don't know if you can see this. Let me know. Okay, great. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna stamp first. So I'm gonna take another Gina K stamp set, and it's this one right here, You're So Loved. I've used this in videos before. And I'm gonna take this 14 cents and this, I guess, 3 cents stamp. And I'm gonna take a stamping block. Just kind of going to align it and stamp it on his side up here. All right. And on her side, we'll stamp it behind her on this side. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. All right, so all right. So this is just a tiny detail, and now I think we're ready to cut this apart. So now we're going to cut this right here. Okay. And as I said, you only need 3, so you can put one aside. I have a big mess over here. And we have, where is my background? Everything is getting lost now. Okay, so you tell me what you'd like to do. So I will actually show you the finished card and tell me, because I actually had a hard time deciding earlier today. So I'm going to align him like this, and her like this, and this like this. Actually, let's see if we switch this off and did it like this. Yeah, that's actually even maybe better. But let me know if you like this better as a, like this, with no framing, just the way this is. Because I really like this. But I know a lot of people like frames. So, do you like this better? Or do you like this better, where there's actually a frame? So, let me know which one you prefer, and then I'll create it that way. So Rebecca is saying, I followed one of your tutorials to make 2 cardigans. Oh, I'm so glad, Rebecca. That makes me feel so good. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so you guys like the frame. Okay. All right. See, I love it without the frame too, so that's why I wasn't sure. Okay, so let's see here. Rebecca, I'm so happy you shared that with me. That makes me so happy. I'm so glad you tried it. Okay, so everybody loves the frame. Okay, so let's use Master Layouts 1. That's how I created the frame. And we'll put this aside. And this is, I think, the larger one. This is the smaller one. Yep. So we'll die cut these. Okay, so, oh, something fell over here. And I'm going to use my really big slate so I can die cut both at the same time. And I have some Gina K Wild Lilac, I think. I'd have to check the color. Let me know if you guys want to know the color, then I'll look it up. But I actually want it to be dark. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, yeah. I'm going to use scissors. I'm going to just put it right there. Because what I want to do is, yeah, it does create a focus. Okay, so before I die cut this one, what I want to do is I want the frame to be darker. So I will use one of my ink pads. Look away if this makes you nervous. All right. Okay. All right. So we created a darker frame. Let me move this aside, clean this real quick. All right. And I used Grape Crush by Catherine Puller for this. So any dark ink would do. All right. So now we're going to use this and die cut this out of it. All right, so we have our, yep, we have our master layouts, putting it back, and all right, now we can tear everything together. And we'll be done soon. We'll add gems. Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. And we'll add this to our card base. All right. And there's our focus, like everybody's saying. And then we'll align these. So, as I said, we'll start with this one. And then this right here. About where we want this. Yep. I'm going to take my press and seal. All right. Press and seal from the kitchen that I have in my craft room. And here's a piece of it. I've used this many times in my videos. Ooh, it moved on me a little bit, but we can fix it. All right, the great thing about press and seal that once you press, you can always still move it. And then press again. All right, let's see here. Is this straight? Is it straight now? Oh, that's sticky. Yeah, I think it's good. So you just want to make sure you press, and then you can glue them together. And I've glue to glue them together. All right. Yes, that's great. And now we're going to add foam tape. I have a roll right here. Because I'm a heavy foam user, I have a lot of foam tape in my craft room. Lots of rolls. So, okay, we're going to use this for the sentiment probably. Or we'll just do another piece here. I don't want it to. All right. And okay. One more piece. All right. Okay. Alrighty, so we'll take the foam tape off. Oh. All right. And almost done here. Okay. And adding glue. Okay. Alrighty. So now that's the great thing about press and seal, it just holds everything nicely. All right. Make sure it's straight. Yep. It's straight. All right. And then we'll pull this off. And we'll add sentiments. And we'll be done here. So let's say happy anniversary on this one since we already used our happy birthday. What do you think? You guys like this? Happy anniversary, or should we do I love you? Do I love you? Looks great too. We could do C'est la vie and I love you. Let me know what you guys think. Happy anniversary or I love you? Which one is better? While you guys answer that, I'm gonna get some gems. And happy anniversary. Okay. All right. Okay, great. I love that. We'll go with happy anniversary. Yeah, that is true. It is more versatile and it has 2 words, so it kind of fills up that space better, I think. So, all right. All right. And if you guys do decide to get this set, if you could use my affiliate link in the description, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out to keep my channel going. Okay, so let's see here. And I would appreciate it if you guys also press the like button for anybody that's joined late. All right, so I usually start with the lower word first, so I'm going to start with the anniversary word. Let me make sure, yep, it's straight. And then we'll add happy to it. I love this font, as I said, this is a great font. It's very different. All right, happy anniversary, great. All righty, we'll add gems. And then we'll just maybe do one more up here. Okay. Let me see if I can find my jewel picker. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go with the largest one down here. With the smaller one. The tiny one up here. And we'll do this one here. And another tiny one up here. Okay. We'll add some gems to this one and this one also. Ooh, sorry. All right. So thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like them. I'll do it right here. Okay. And this one here. All right. And this one, why not? We'll add the gem here too. Okay, let's add one here. And one here. maybe here. I'll use the big one down here, the medium one here, and a tiny one up here. All right. So, okay. All right, I think we made it through today. I'm going to clean up here real quick, just so I can show you guys the cards. So here are the cards we made today. This was the first one, the second one, the third one. Okay, which, just like the ones I created here. This is what I created to prepare. Same ones. And then let me show you the ones I created earlier. I am still missing, where's the other one? Oh, yes, I also wanted to show you. So here's the other frame. I stamped into it. So that's another technique you could do. I didn't really use the frame. I should have used maybe on one of these cards. But I mean, it's very exchangeable, right? It's just more, it's more of a manly frame on this one. So let me find my other cards. Can't find it here in this mess I've created, but that's okay. So anyways, here are the other cards that I was showing you guys. And my Joker card here, the one that, here it is. And here's the other one. So lots of cards you can do with the set, very different. And that's great. We want different things. So thank you, Jeannie. I'm glad you guys love them. Thank you so much for joining me and for hanging with me, for hanging out with me for 2 hours almost. I so appreciate it. I'm very grateful. Yes, I've been busy. Yes, I've been busy with the set, but I had a lot of fun with it. So it's a great set. So I appreciate you guys. I hope maybe you join me next time again. I'm live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. And as I said, I post a video on Tuesdays and on Fridays. So Jane, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hello, Sandra. I didn't even get to say hi to you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. And hopefully I'll see you guys next week. All right. Thank you. Bye.